Today begins the start of a new program for most of you, and it's called Photoshop. You can see it down here on the dock. It's the blue box with a PS. And in your classroom, Google Classroom, you're going to find the Fount project, and you're going to find this picture. What you need to do is get this picture into Photoshop. I can just drag it in. I don't know if you can or not. So here's a picture we're going to work with, and you're going to need to have a few things up and running for yourself. This is what we call tools. And if you don't have it, and I'm going to close it to show you how to get it, you go to Windows, you go down to the bottom where it says Tools, and you click Tools, and there it is. You're going to need that for every project in this series. You're also going to need this Layers palette. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that up also, and then I'm going to open it up in Window again, except I'm looking for Layers, and I'm going to click Layers, and it's there. You don't have to worry if this Channel and Path palette also opens, because you can just drag it away. Okay, now the first thing you must learn in Photoshop, this is an absolute must, is that you should never work on the original picture, which is this right here, on the background layer, because it's locked anyway, and we can open it. I'll show you how to do that at some point. But you need to make sure that this has been duplicated. So it must be blue, and you must be visible. This eyeball shuts it on and turns it on and turns it off. So what you're going to do is make sure this is blue, meaning it's selected, and come all the way to the top here where it says Layer. And the second thing says Duplicate Layer, and you're going to click it. And we're going to call this Fount because that's the name of the project. And then you're going to click OK, and look what happens over here. Fount is duplicated here. The next thing you must do is save. And you're going to go to File and Save As. And you're going to put this into your Documents folder. So you're going to click here, and then you're going to click here. But first, you must name it with your name. And so I'm going to use my last name, and this is how I want you to do it. And I'm going to put down the underscore, which is right next to the 0 with a shift, and then Fount. So it's Stern, Fount, PSD, in the Documents folder. Click Save. Now you're ready to work. And we're going to use the tool right here. And if I just hover my mouse over that tool, it will give us a name. It's the Clone Stamp tool. And so I'm going to click on the Clone Stamp tool, and now it turns into this circle. And the problem with this picture is, and I'm sure you have a lot of pictures at home that have problems with them, even especially ones that you take with your cell phone. This picture is a picture of my wife, who took a pose exactly like this person on the statue, I should say, on the fountain. And it looks like a great picture. It's in Seville, Spain, which we went a couple of years ago. But look, she left her handbag here, which really ruins the picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate that handbag. Now we got to make sure we're on the Fount layer. And then with the Clone Stamp tool clicked and this small size brush, I'm going to hold down the Option key and then click the mouse. What's happened now is, and then I let up with the Option key, what's happened now is the mouse or the Clone Stamp tool has this color in it. So if I come over here and I click and drag, you will see that dark shadow leaving. And the cross that you see just to the left of the circle are the pixels or the colors that this circle is picking up. So if I go up here, I can get that bag to sort of leave by painting it in this color. Now, I've gone as far as I can, because if I go up further, watch what happens. It becomes that green water. It's not what we want. So I'm going to let go, and I'm going to move my Clone Stamp tool all the way over here. Again, hold down Option and click, and now I have those white pixels again, and look what it's doing. and it's taking them from just near my wife's hand where the cross is. So as long as you have that cross in a place where you want it, it's going to work great for you. So I've gone all the way over here. Now I can't go down too far or up too far because I'll miss the white color. So I'm going to let go. I'm going to come over here. And I'm actually going to make this brush or this clone stamp tool larger by using the braces on your computer, which there are two of them next to the P on your keyboard. And I'm going to use the one on the right and make it bigger. And then again, I'm going to hold down the Option key and click. And now I have the white color that's under this circle now, and I'm going to move it over to here. You can see the cross, and look, I'm getting rid of the handbag. Now it gets a little trickier because I have the edge of this ledge to deal with, which I'm going to deal with very quickly and easily by coming over to here and putting that edge right in the center, again, holding down the Option key, clicking, and now letting go of the Option key, and watch how I can make that edge sharp and perfect. I have a little dark here. I'm going to get rid of that by making my brush a little smaller, or my clone stamp tool, and just get rid of that. Now we got the problem here because what would be in back of the handbag is this water. Now you see that the sun is coming down from the top and casting a shadow on this ledge. And so the water, because of the ledge being in the way, is dark over here. So let me click on the Option key and click the mouse, and now I have this dark water here, and I'm going to get rid of the top of the bag. I have to do it again. You have to go back and forth. Don't worry about doing that. That's what you have to do. And now I'm going to come over here, again, Option, and click. Now there's an angle here, so under here is the water should show. So let me get rid of that little white spot because it's going to bother me. Okay, now here's the water. I'm going to make my clone stamp tool larger to pick up the waves in the water. Hold the Option key and click it. And now I have those waves. Now I'm going to make it smaller because I know that I have to make it smaller to keep that angle. And look, waves are coming here. And I have to make it smaller yet because it's tapering down right to here. And I still have this shadow over here. Now I do have to clean up this white. I'm going to make it larger, and I'm going to click right about here by holding Option, clicking, and now I'm going to be very, very careful with this. I messed it up a little bit. Now, what you should do is go over here to the magnifying tool, and if I click the magnifying tool, I can make it big. And if I hold down the space bar, I can move it over so I can really see what I'm getting into here. And so I need the clone stamp tool again. I need to make it smaller because I made the picture bigger. And I need to get into the black, hold down the Option key, and get rid of this. See how I'm keeping that angle? Beautiful. Now I have to clean this up a bit. And that's fairly easy. I'm going to make my clone stamp tool really small, and I'm going to click some white by holding Option and getting rid of this. Oops. There we go. Maybe a little bigger. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Option. I got white here. See how that's coming off? We go over here, make it a little bigger. Oops, make it a little bigger. Hold down the Option key and paint. Now, of course, it doesn't look so great all the way up here, but I want to try to get some of that water out of the way and see how I've got it. I'm going to go back to the magnifying tool. Now, to make it smaller, you have to hold down the Option button and drag. So now, here's the picture. It's not completely done. I could make a little adjustment here, but the water looks good, the shadow looks good here, the bag is no longer there. And now if I come up here, I can show you before by shutting this one off and after. Before, after. That's how you do it. Now this picture looks pretty good. And you've got to be careful and follow the directions and you'll be fine. Thanks for watching. Good luck.